And we are back with another episode of Diamond Deck Discusses Unfiltered. I'm Coach Jace, always with me, Coach Rob. And Coach Rob, you know what we got to do first.
Oh, yeah. I just squirted that beer all over me.
But speaking of doing some other things first, there have been many of signings. We have covered Soto the last 3 episodes talking about all the rumors. Soto's finally signed. If you've been living under a rock and didn't know, Soto is a New York Met, and we're about to get to him. But we've also had Conforto go from California to a different part of California, San Francisco to L.A. Blake Treinen back in L.A. Evaldi back in Texas with the Rangers, not the Astros. And Max Fried goes from East Coast Braves to East Coast New York Yankees. Plus a bunch of trades that's gone down too. We had the winter GM meetings. It has been a lot of fun, a lot of chaos, a lot of stuff to talk about. Coach Rob, how are we feeling so far?
Well, Coach Jace, let me tell you, it's CMAs happened November 20th. It was almost a month ago, and we're still celebrating Lee Bryce because there is a rumor going around, and it's not between me and you. No, it's between all 30 of these MLB teams. Some we like, some we don't like. We like the just some teams. Some teams just kind of, their rumors rub us the wrong way, and then other teams are like, yeah, absolutely, that makes sense. But like Lee Bryce also said, what do you say we make them true? So there's some in here that I'm looking forward to hearing actual results, but there's some in here that I hope the results never fucking happen.
All right, put you on the spot. Of all the rumors out there, which one do you want most?
It
can be a trade rumor, it can be a signing, it can be whatever. Which one do you want most?
So I want, and hear me out, I think we've talked about this today actually, with the trade of Casas,
okay.
Right? Trade of Tristan Casas. I know you don't like it. I know you don't. But trade Tristan Casas for Luis Castillo to Seattle. Okay, I know. Again, I know you don't like it. Go get Bregman. Just go ahead and give thumbs down on every fucking camera. How about that? All right, there you go. But trade Tristan Casas, get Luis Castillo, get another guy, get another pitcher. Go get Bregman, and then go get Arenado somehow. Because Boston's one of the teams he'd waive his no trades clause for.
One of the 6, yep.
Yes. So put Bregman back at shortstop. Trevor Story at second. And you put Nolan at third. And you call it a fucking day. Devers is at first. Easy day.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Trevor's going to be the shortstop. Bregman said he's willing to move to second. Not back to short.
I think Bregman's a better shortstop.
Yeah, well,
Trevor Story ever won any Gold Gloves?
I believe so.
So is Bregman, huh?
I don't know.
This will be like the last time. What was the last episode? And I was like, yeah, he's a Gold Glover. Oh, Cedric Mullins. And I was like, yeah, Cedric Mullins is a Gold Glove outfielder.
Trevor Story has not won a Gold Glove.
Okay, Bregman.
Alex.
Bregman? Come on. Come on, Bregman. Don't let me down.
They play different positions.
Doesn't
yes,
matter.
He's got one at third.
Thank you. Doesn't matter.
And it was this year.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Playing third and playing shortstop are 2 completely different positions. Yeah,
what rumor do you like?
So obviously, as Red Sox fans, I like the rumor of Bregman coming to Boston, but I like it for this reason: Bregman's at third, Casas is still at first, Vaughn Grissom is at second, Story.
Forgot about him. Honestly.
Trevor Story's at short, and Rafi's going to eventually be a DH only. Start now. Let him get used to the role for the next 12 years of that contract. That's the rumor that I like a lot. How about one that you hate?
One that I hate is that Detroit wants Alex Bregman, just because of the sake of my previous one that I like.
Okay.
That's the fact that I don't want Bregman to go anywhere but Boston. Another one I hate is that nobody's talking about a certain guy, and that'd be Corbin Burns. I mean, there's probably talks with him, but I mean the rumor on the street is he has nowhere to go because nobody's talking about him.
Well, no, there are two leading candidates. The two teams in the running to land him are the Giants and the Blue Jays.
Okay, that's fair.
So that are the two teams.
Why are the Blue Jays going after people?
Yeah, I don't really know what the Blue Jays plans
are. Why are the Angels going after people?
I'll tell you. Let me tell you which one really annoys me and which one I don't like at all. It is the rumor of Jared Jones being on the trade block, and Mitch Keller for that reason.
Oh, yeah.
You have a big three in Pittsburgh that you've never had before in Skeens, Jones, and Mitch Keller. You just gave Mitch Keller last offseason a 5-year, $77 million deal. And then this year, Jones, Skeens comes up, wins Rookie of the Year, second in Cy Young voting, or maybe third, one of the two, but whatever. He's top 3 in Cy Young voting. Dude, you've got to spend money on the offense because you have the pitching to win baseball games.
Yeah.
I can't stand the fact that Jared Jones, with 5 years of team control left, at minimal money, is on trade block. You will get a massive haul for him.
Typical Pirates fashion.
But that massive haul is still going to be a ton of prospects that haven't proven they're MLB ready. They might be MLB ready, might have been successful in AAA. The jump from AAA to Major League Baseball is different. It's different.
Here's the trade. Trade him to Washington. Okay. For Cruz. Trade him to Washington for Dylan Cruz. And a minor league player to be named later, and then that minor league player gets named, and it's Gavin Dugas. Send him to Pittsburgh, call him up, and now you got an LSU reunion over there, and they suck.
So it'll be the LSU Pirates or the Pittsburgh Tigers.
Yeah. Well, there's already Tigers. We have to go.
All right, so it'll be the LSU Pirates.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Cincinnati Tigers.
Or the
LSU Bengals.
Or NFLSU.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can't stand the Pirates are even thinking about doing this. I think it's dumb. All right, Juan Soto, 7 years, wow. 15 years, $765 million. Yankees offered $760. He said no. Also because the Yankees wouldn't give him the luxury suite. The Mets did. They gave him a luxury suite, 4 premium tickets per home game. Are those premium tickets right behind home plate? Is it he walks up to ownership and says, I want the 4 tickets to be here for 2 and here for the other 2? Is it for the suite tickets?
Here. Is that what you're doing?
Here.
Yeah, here.
Which 4 is it? Don't know. Don't have those details. If he wins MVP, his first MVP, $500,000 bonus right there on the spot. Any MVP after that, $1 million bonus right there on the spot. He also has an opt-out after 5 years that can take his AAV from $51 million to $55 million, create this deal to be an $800 million deal. And he has something else there, no opt-outs. No deferred money. We don't see this very often.
He's not worth it.
He's not. I agree.
He's not. He's like you said, he's a 2-tool player, which... Okay, he hits for average, hits for power. I think you can add another half tool in there. He walks a lot. He's a really good on base percentage. I saw the meme of why are we signing this guy from Moneyball? And it was fucking a picture of Juan Soto, and then it was Brad Pitt snaps and points to fucking Jonah Hill, and he goes, because he gets on base.
Yeah,
and that's the reason why.
He does. He gets on base at a .419 clip.
He's really good on base percentage.
He's really good, and we talked about it. The reason why he got this kind of deal is because he's 26. You don't see a hitter like this at 26 years old. You don't.
No,
it rarely happens in the game of baseball.
That puts him at 39 years old. Same thing as Ohtani.
Same
when
thing.
His deal's done.
And it's just, but again, it's 2 tools, man. This guy sucks in the field. He's horrible on the base pass. Yeah. He has been since he was in Washington. He doesn't have the greatest arm. He's got a very average arm. It might be slightly above average, but I'm not giving him that third tool for a slightly above average arm. That's not a third tool to me. I need a great arm to be a third tool.
Yeah.
And I
need to eat your arm.
I don't see it here. As much as I wanted him with the Red Sox, if I was the Sox, I wouldn't have gone above 600, 650, which we did see. There was rumors that came out. Red Sox offered 15 years at 700. I think that's far too much. For as much as I wanted him on the Sox, I am glad he's not on the Sox at this price.
Wayne Semino said it best when I posted the last episode. It said, basically, is Juan Soto worth $750? Because it was right before he signed. And I posted it, and he said no one is. Right? No one's worth that much. But then also Pat came and said, you're only worth what someone's willing to pay you. So is he worth it? To the Mets, yeah, absolutely. But is he worth it in our eyes? Fuck no.
No.
There was a video that was out, and it was...
I'm listening.
What?
It was...
Oh. So it was a... what was it? It was a fucking... See, made me lose my fucking train of thought. Pointed somewhere. You didn't show me. But no, there's a video, and it was a compilation of Juan Soto running towards baseballs that are pop-ups, right? And apparently these catches were all a 90% catch probability.
He missed them.
And they all dropped.
Yeah.
They all dropped. Yeah. So he's not a good outfielder. No. He's a DH at best. At best, he's a DH.
I agree. I look, again, I am very glad the Sox did not go out of their way to get this guy for this amount of money. Personal opinion. So, it is what it is. I'm glad he's not back with the Yankees where we got to face him 15 games a year. So whatever that equals up to, 15 times 4, I guess, 4 at bats. So 60 times a year, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But, it's still one of those things where, man, this is hard to justify. And the people trying to justify it just because he's 26 years old, I'm sorry, that's not an argument for me. It's not. I wouldn't have gone above 650.
I wouldn't have gave him that much. 15 years, I'd have gave him 20 a year. He's worth 20 a year.
No, he's worth more than that.
Okay, 25.
No,
that's the max. That's the max I'm going.
All right, I would give him a max of 35.
And then whenever he says no, I want 50 a year. I'm gonna play that fucking clip of him not catching the balls that are 90% catch probability. I'm gonna play him a clip. It's a 5 fucking minute video of all these balls that he did not catch, didn't come close to. They're 90% catch probability.
Yep.
For any other guy.
Yep.
What did Trout? What's? I see you got Trout and him compared.
Yeah. So first 7 years in the league. So essentially, they would be about the same age. WAR, Trout's doubled. Games played, Trout's up by 90. Plate appearances, Trout has 500 more roughly. Hits, Trout has 200 more roughly. Homers, 34 more. RBIs, 40 more. Stolen bases, again, not a good base runner for Juan Soto. Stolen bases, 128 more. Batting average, he's a career 285 hitter is Juan Soto. Mike Trout, to this point, was a 310 hitter. On base percentage, Juan Soto has him by .001 points at 421 versus 420. Slugging, on base, plus slugging, and OPS plus. Trout's ahead in all of these categories except on base percentage by .001 points. Dude, if Trout was a free agent today, he would get the first $1 billion contract in baseball history.
I don't think he'll get more than Ohtani.
Absolutely, he would get
I just think
$1 billion.
Ohtani's more valuable because he can pitch.
I'm saying Trout at 26 like Juan Soto. This is the numbers at 26. If Mike Trout is 26 years old today with these numbers, I get it. He ain't been healthy the last few years. I got all that. Take that out your mind. Give me the first 7 years. And you put these two things side by side, Mike Trout's getting $1 billion contract. You got to think, Shohei came from Japan, so he wasn't able to get this.
At that day and age.
Yeah. I'm saying today.
He get $5 million, $500 million.
Yeah, well, I'm saying today. Like, that's what I said. If Mike Trout was a free agent today, he'd get $1 billion contract.
He'd get more than Soto, for sure.
Yeah.
He would wait to see what Soto signed for, and then...
Well, hey, Juan Soto's going there again. Look, he had a great year. He put up his biggest WAR ever at 7.9. If you don't know what WAR is, it's wins above replacement. So essentially, he played in 157 games. Let's call it he's an 8. He's a 7.9 WAR. He played in 157 games. They're saying the Yankees would be 8 games worse in those 157 games had he not been on the team, is what WAR means essentially.
So had he not been on the team, then
the Yankees would have had 8.
Orioles would have won the division.
Yes. Yankees would have had 8 less wins.
Got it.
Essentially is what that means. So, look, dude's a stud. This is not me taking away from how good he is. But how good he is in that square batter's box.
In the left-handed batter's box.
That's it. That's it. You're not convincing me he's good in the outfield. He's not. You're not convincing me he's a good base runner. I can show you Washington Nationals days. He's not. Okay, this ain't just this postseason where you had Blake Treinen on the mound with a gigantic leg kick, and he was half a step off of first base. All right, he had no chance of being safe on something that could have been a close to a double play, and had no chance of stealing, like whatever the case is. He's been a bad base runner his entire career.
That could have been Yankees coaching as well.
Well,
because the whole Yankees team.
Yeah. Well, we got to remember the Dodgers were salivating to play the Yankees in the World Series.
Yeah. Yes.
So,
yeah.
Look, he's a great player. Again, I don't want to take away from how good he is because he is. He's good. He's 26. We don't see guys like this at 26 years old be free agents. We don't. It doesn't happen in baseball because of arbitration and pre-arbitration and, holding guys back because you want longer control over it. We don't see it, but we got to this year. We see the dividends that it paid for him. Again, he turned down 12 and 444 from the Nationals 3 years ago. It paid off. He got 15 and 765 that could turn into 800. So,
that's crazy.
Hey, good for him. Make your money, dude. All right, next guy making money. Michael Conforto signs 1 year, $17 million with the Dodgers. Moves from one California city to the next. Goes from San Fran to L.A.
I don't think I like it. Like the more time I've had to think about it, the more I legitimately don't think I like this move because you have other people there.
They'll definitely hear that one.
Yeah, they'll definitely hear that one. Sorry, guys. My lab was in here, and now he's being a degenerate outside. But anyway, so this Michael Conforto deal, like, yes, 1 year, $17 million. It's a penny to the Dodgers, right? It's nothing. It's almost like let me see what's going to work out. Right. Let me see if this will work out, right? But you have Teoscar Hernandez still out there that now it doesn't look like you're going to get a deal done. And I'd rather Teoscar. I'd rather you spend an extra $5 million a year for Teoscar than you go and sign Conforto, because Conforto at Dodger Stadium is only hitting 177. It was against the Dodgers.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that might be the case, and I'm hoping this helps. Getting that average up because he's playing 81 games there this year. Like, he can't hit 187. He can't hit 177 in 81 games.
I mean, also, this guy isn't known for his bat. I mean, his career is a 251, slightly above average. I think MLB average is like 248, 249, something around there. So slightly above average. But you're talking about his last 3 years, he didn't play in 2022 because of injury. So going back to 21, he hit 232. 23, he hit 239. This past year, he hit 237. Like, that's kind of his mojo, is to hit right around 240. He's going to pop some balls out. He went 14 and 21. He went 15 and 23. He had 20 last year, which is fourth best of his career in the 9 years he's been in the league. So, maybe he finds some pop a little bit. And that Giants offense didn't have pop. You didn't have somebody that could protect him besides Soler that you traded at the deadline and Chap. Aside from those two guys, you signed with the Dodgers, and all of a sudden you got 4 or 5 guys. If Will Smith can bounce back, Will Smith didn't have his best year. Max Muncy didn't have his best year. You get those two guys to bounce back, plus you get a good Conforto that gives you 240 with 20 homers. My goodness, this team is – I mean, they're the fucking Dodgers. They're going to be good no matter what.
Yeah,
but my gosh, you got 7 guys deep in this lineup.
Yeah, no, they're stacked. They're stacked. And then on top of this, they bring Blake Treinen back. What was it? 2 for 22?
2 for 22, $11 million a year, yeah.
Yeah. So this team is going to be insanely good for the next. I mean, we've said it already. As soon as they sign Ohtani, hey, the next 10 years, it's curtains for everybody else in the division and possibly in the NL.
Yeah, speaking of division, and we'll come back to Treinen real quick. Speaking of the division, though, dude, what are the Padres doing? You're talking about Arise, Bogey, Dylan Cease, who you just traded for. By the way, all these guys came to your team last year. You traded for Cease right before you went to the Seoul, Japan. Is that right?
Yeah. So yeah, SEOUL.
SEOUL. Yeah.
Seoul.
Right before you went to Korea. Okay.
South Korea. Yes.
Yep. There you go. Thank you for correcting me there.
Not North.
You traded for Cease right before you left there. He had to fly separately to get there with you to join the team. You traded for Arise before the season started, and you signed Xander to a long-term horrible contract, 11 years, $285 million. So you run it one time. You had the Dodgers on the ropes. You were 1 win away from making the World Series. You choked, and now all of a sudden we got to trade everybody.
Well, so the only 3 guys they have listed right now is Cease, Arise, and Xander. And nobody's taking Xander's contract, so nobody's accepting trades unless it's for a lick, right?
You're going to have to get a top prospect, and the Padres, that is, are going to have to eat 10 of that $25 million a year.
Correct. Yes, absolutely. Michael King.
Stud.
Yeah, he's a stud. I don't see them getting rid of him. I don't think he's on the block. But Profar leaving. So do you say, okay, Profar's gone, but we still have Manny. We still have Fernando.
We still got Jackson Merrill.
We still got Jackson Merrill for a long time. We have, who's their second? Cronenworth. We got Cronenworth. We have Ethan Salas on the come up.
Has to be close to making his debut.
Absolutely. He's 17, 18 years old right now.
Pitching staff's still really good.
Correct. Like, why are we doing this? Like, what is the issue?
It's all about the money, man. They're
trying to get rid of payroll.
They
were trying to do that last year when they dumped Soto.
Well, and remember though, last year they made these moves and got Cease and Rise and Bogarts, right? Currently, the way it's constructed this year, they are already, before making any, we haven't heard about them in free agency. We've heard them linked to a few people, and we've heard these trade rumors. But currently, their payroll is $40 million more than last year's. Currently. And they haven't made a move yet. And again, as you said, last year they talked about we got to reduce payroll. And you're $40 million more already, and you haven't done anything in free agency yet?
I don't get it. I don't understand what they're trying to do. I don't understand how they're even trying to do it. I don't understand why. I don't get it. Padres are. I love them. I lived there for 3 years. They're amazing. Yes, please. Thank you.
You're amazing, Coach.
I am. Yeah. But no, it's just difficult listening to this, knowing that they've revamped their entire program since the days where B.J. Upton or Melvin Upton Jr. was hitting walk-off home runs against Arizona back in 2017.
Well, you got to also remember they lost their former owner, and Peter Seidler, and he passed away tragically, and it's something that they wanted to reduce the payroll after that. They tried to go for it this year. They had a great opportunity, as I said, had Dodgers on the ropes. So, but Peter Seidler, it kind of changed the way that this team's going to do business, and not just that, you also got question marks around your TV deal. So there's that as well. But Because let's just get back to Blake Treinen here for just a second. Obviously, me and you are both huge fans of Treinen. I've been wanting him on the Red Sox for years because I think when healthy, he is one of the best relief pitchers in the league. This dude has nasty stuff. His sinker moves like 27 inches. His sweeper moves like 24 inches. A dude is absolutely disgusting. He's 36. And he's still throwing 98, 99.
He'll be 37 this season. Like mid-season, he'll be 37.
And he's just a force on the mound. This dude is 6'5", 225. He is an absolute monster on the mound.
That big.
Yeah, okay. We saw him in this postseason. He was dominant in the postseason.
I'm 6'6". I'm just sitting down.
Oh, all right. Do I need to, pinch you or something, wake you up?
No, I just need to quit drinking. You see the stack behind me over here. But no, I'm going to keep going because I'm a trooper and all. Actually.
What you think, though? You're pretty pumped up for this Blake Treinen signing.
Yeah, no. I love Treinen. Treinen, 27 inches is fucking insane for any ball to break, right?
Correct.
You think of a 12-6 curve, if that breaks 27 inches, that's a really good pitch. This is a sinker.
At 98.
Yeah. 98 breaking 27 inches is fucking disgusting.
Yeah, he's sick, bro.
It's insanely sick. Why?
Yeah.
Why is that doing that?
Absolutely.
And he's not using rosin. He's not using the sticky shit.
You can't. You can't.
You literally get checked when you come off the mound.
Yeah. And you get checked when you come in from the bullpen.
Correct.
So you can't even use it like pitch one.
Who was it? College baseball. Think college baseball. There was a guy that was in the corner of the bullpen.
Oh.
Looked like he was pissing on the ground, but there was no liquid or anything. He's putting sticky shit on his hand.
That was in the postseason, too.
That was in the regionals.
Yes.
Is that ECU? Is that the ECU closer?
It might have been ECU, yeah.
I don't want to be wrong here. I'm going to look it up.
Yeah, we'll look real quick. Hold on, let's see.
We'll look it up.
What should I even type in?
I don't know. College baseball, regionals, sticky stuff in bullpen. I don't know. Fucking, that dude might have been using some other sticky stuff. His hands were close to his Peter, so he might have been, pulling on it a little bit. Yeah. Whoa. Sorry.
Calm down now.
But I'm just saying, Treinen's not using that shit, and his stuff is breaking insane. Just an insane amount. I don't understand. I don't get it.
It doesn't say on here.
Was it? It wasn't A&M.
No, I don't remember who it was, but I know
remember
exactly
who it was.
He's in the corner.
Yeah, he was in the corner of the bullpen, and you can physically see. There's a camera on him, and you can physically see him doing something.
Yeah.
And he's not praying.
Crazy. All right.
Yeah. But no, Treinen's not using any of that shit, and he's doing great. He's doing an amazing job. I love that they're bringing him back. I think he was one of the key pieces to those bullpen games that they had in the World Series.
And I'm glad he was the key to them winning the World Series, in my opinion. You look at Game 5. This dude came in what, the 6th inning in Game 5?
Yeah.
And he threw to the 8th.
Tell the people how he did. I'm going to grab something real quick.
All right. Let me go look this up for everybody here. Let's see. Game 5, World Series 2024. Let me just make sure I get all my facts right here for everyone. What is up, everyone? I got the cameras all to myself. It's kind of weird. I don't think I like it, but it's all right.
It's in my truck, everybody. I'll be right back.
Do what you got to do, bud. Yeah, but the way Blake Treinen saved that series is unbelievable because he was so good and he was everything that the Dodgers needed at the time. Blake Treinen threw 2 1/3 innings. After that, bullpen was absolutely wasted. You had Flaherty go 1 1/3. Banda finished out the 2nd. Brazier went to 3rd. Kopech went to 4th. Vesio went to 5th. Gratterall got 2 outs at 5 2/3 innings. So Blake Treinen comes in with 1 out left in the 5th and gets them through the 6th and the 7th.
Oh, shit. And, did my beer tower fall?
I guess so. But he gets them to the 9th inning, which is when I had texted you earlier in that game, and I was like, hey, don't be surprised to see Walker Buehler getting loose in the bullpen here because they're running through this bullpen because Jack Flaherty didn't do his job. And sure enough, Blake Treinen, of all people, you would think Vesia or Kopech, who was a former starter,
sorry, I should have closed the door when I
would have went more than an inning. Like somebody like that, Banda only went 2/3 of an inning. You thought he would have got more. No, it's Blake Treinen, a guy that's a career closer, goes 2 1/3, gets the Dodgers to the 8th. We covered it in that episode after the World Series. Go back and listen to it. Dave Roberts comes out, puts his hands on his chest, wanted to feel his heartbeat, like wanted to see how he felt, and he's like, I got it. And he goes, all I need you to do is get through Stanton. He fucking K's Stanton, and then the next one is Rizzo. He K's Rizzo, comes off the mound, fired up. You get to Buehler in the 9th, and we all know what Buehler did in the 9th. Was absolutely dominant. K's up Verdugo to end the game. Dodgers won the World Series. Dude, Blake Treinen was arguably an MVP because of what he did in that game specifically. Don't even look at the other 4. What he did in Game 5, getting them to the 9th, when they had nobody else. You know you're on camera. Okay.
Yeah, I got beer all in my beard because it spilled a little bit, so I'm sorry.
No, but you got nobody left. And I told you this very early in the night. I want to say it was like 3rd inning when they were just running through this bullpen. And you were like, and we were texting, what do the Dodgers do? You can't throw Yamamoto because you got to have him for the next game when you go back home after a day break if you were to lose this game. What do you do here? And I texted him and said, don't be surprised to see Buehler.
Yeah.
And sure enough, 9th inning you got it was Buehler and oh man, I can't remember who the other guy was warming up with him. In the 8th they were warming up, and then when Dave Roberts met with Treinen, they showed another bullpen picture, and it was just Buehler by himself warming up.
You know what it reminded me of?
And I was like, hey, here comes Buehler.
You know what it reminded me of? 23, College World Series, Skeens walking to the mound. Game 3. Or Skeens walking to the bullpen.
Yeah, to the bullpen.
Yeah. He's walking to the bullpen.
Before LSU blew it open.
Right. And we're all sitting there going, is it going to happen?
Mm-hmm.
Is it going to happen? Are they going to ruin his arm before he goes to the major leagues?
Yeah.
We're all prepared for it. We're all prepared for his last pitch to be 104, and all of a sudden he's on the pile holding his elbow.
Yeah.
Like, we're all prepared.
Thank God that didn't happen.
Yeah, thank God.
All right. Speaking of holding an elbow, a little bit of elbow concerns here. But the Yankees go out. You miss on Soto. You pivot immediately. Next day, I'm pretty sure. Me and Coach Rob, we were at Golf Suites on that Tuesday night. We posted it to the socials. We posted it to the YouTube. Go check it out. We got live reaction. I'm videoing from Coach Rob. Coach Rob, how do we feel? Max Fried goes 8 for 218 to the New York Yankees.
First of all, shout out Golf Suites. Y'all have been great to us. We try to go every Tuesday. It's been amazing. It's a great place. Half off on Tuesdays. They got a lot of deals going on. I wish they would sponsor us. We talked to the manager a little bit. She kind of seemed interested, not in us, but in sponsoring podcasts. We'll work on that.
We're working on it.
We're working on it. But this deal is great for Fried, bad for Boston, and fuck the Yankees. You know what I mean? Like, it's a great deal. Fried is worth that. Like, absolutely worth that.
Fried is an absolute stud. He has been one of the best pitchers over the last 5 years. I think over the last 5 years when it comes to ERA, he's like second or third in qualified starting pitchers in ERA.
Do we know what that is yearly? Do you know, or do I do the math real quick?
Yeah, go ahead and do the math. I do not know. No, I'm not sure.
8, 218.
8 and 218.
27 and a quarter. So 27.3 essentially. He's getting paid $1 million per year.
Yep. And look, here's the thing about it. It's a scary sign. Any long-term deal for a pitcher is a scary signing. In fact, Boston has come out and said they don't want to give Burns a 9, 8, 10-year deal because look what happened to Sale. They gave it to him. They essentially used the fuck out of him where he closed that World Series game where he struck out Machado, and he essentially didn't pitch for the Red Sox again.
Yeah.
No, I mean, he did, but essentially didn't.
They got
right?
They got pretty much PTSD.
Yeah, it's the same thing with the Tigers. I'm hearing that the Tigers are hesitant to give Breggy a deal because of Javi and how that's turned out. You know,
Javi needs to get it together. He needs to get LASIK or something. That motherfucker cannot see.
There are real, PTSD of bad contracts is a real thing amongst GMs. It's a real thing.
Yeah.
All right, and look, I will never wish injury on anybody. I think this game we need the best out there at all times, but it's scary if you're a Yankee. You had Garrett Cole miss 3 months with something in his forearm this past year. Okay, Max Fried missed a little bit this past year with what they called what is it? Left forearm neuritis. I don't know what that means, but again, he's a lefty and he's got forearm issues. Typically, and again, I'm not wishing injury on anyone. Even as a Red Sox fan and he's a Yankee, I will never wish injury on anybody. This game needs the best out there at all times. Every game needs the best. Every sport needs the best out there at all times. Okay? But history tells us forearm injuries lead to Tommy John. Bad shoulders, weak shoulders lead to Tommy John. I mean, if you're the Yankees, you're pumped up for this, right? You got an ace to be a number 2.
Yeah.
You have a number 1 that's a number 2. Yeah. You have a rookie of the year in Luis Hill that could be a number 1 on probably 14, 15 teams. That's your number 4.
So you're 1, 2, and 3. Your 1, 2, and 3 are your ones.
1, 2, 3, 4. Because you got Carlos Rodon, that's probably the 3. Luis Hill's probably the 4. They might swap that up. Not sure. And then you got Clark Schmidt to fill out the rotation. Not to mention you still got Stroman and Nestor Cortez. You're 7 deep. All right? You're 7 deep.
Yeah.
So, you got moves that you can make.
Here's my issue with this, right? So, yes, you have pitching. I agree. But who's playing first?
Yep.
Who's playing first for the Yankees?
Not Ben Rice.
So that's what I was looking at. I was looking at Ben Rice. He is coming back this year. He will be on this Yankees roster. Hopefully he can have a better year if they do decide to stick him out there. But, I mean, in 50 games, he only hit 171.
Yeah.
Right? He had 26 hits in 152 at-bats. Right? He didn't do good. But there was a game where he was like, hey, this is, I think he hit like 3 for 4 or 3 for 5 or something like that. Had a lights-out game.
Yep.
He can be good with the right coaching.
Right.
And
exactly.
We brought this up earlier with the whole Juan Soto base running thing and the whole team base running thing. Dude, their coaches just fucking suck? What is the deal? Aaron Judge is an anomaly. He's fucking 6'7", 280. He's gonna hit bombs. That's just how. That's like Bigfoot fucking coming to attack you. Yeah. He's gonna destroy you. Or like a grizzly bear. I guess that's a better example because those actually exist. But still, Ben Rice, is he just not? I understand. Once you get to this level, you should be able to hit.
Yep.
But you still have to practice. Right, and if you don't know the right things to practice, or if you've been practicing the wrong thing for fucking forever, it's not going to help you. Practice makes perfect. I agree, but also I agree on perfect practice makes perfect.
Yep, so absolutely.
These are every single practice situation is a game time at bat.
Yeah,
you're hitting off a tee, you're in a game. You're hitting soft toss, you're in a game.
Yeah. I mean, dude, look, you and me were coaches for years. We had to press these kids, 10 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, however old they were. Dude, you can't get away with a rep like that. No. If you rep like that here, you're going to rep like that in a game, and it's going to cost us a base runner, it's going to cost us a run, it's going to cost your team an error. Like,
I was the one that threw BP, right, for 3 years. Mm-hmm. That's why my shoulder fucking shot. I guarantee if I try to throw a bat in practice right now.
Throw it for 11. How do you think my shoulder no bar?
Well, yeah, but yours were fucked to begin with. It's fine. Mine were okay, at least. I could still throw the ball from outfield to home and in the air. Like, maybe one hop the catcher. I've already told that story on here. Maybe I should do it again since we're on YouTube now. Look, I was playing in an adult league in San Diego. Here we go. I was playing left field. Ball gets hit, runner on third, and I could tell he had average speed. Like, he ran back to the bag. Like, he knew what he was doing. He ran back to the bag, tagged up. He's staring at me. And I yelled out, ball's in the air. I yelled out, "You better not run, motherfucker." And now this is an adult league, like, in San Diego. It was a Mexican league. Like, umpire calling C and no. Like,
kids, for ball and strike. Permission to listen to us.
Yeah, and if your parents know us personally, have them call us and we'll give you permission.
Yeah,
it's fine. So I threw the ball. He took 3 steps off the third, saw the throw. I'm like 21, 22 years old at this point, and throw was on the fucking money. One hop the catcher. He took 3 steps off. He ran back, right? And I felt great. Like, that is such just a I'm him moment.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, don't run on me.
Yeah.
You know, and they knew that in this league, right? So take 3 steps off and he fucking went back. Now, if I try to do that, oh, buddy.
You're not reaching the third baseman. You're not reaching cutoff.
No, I'm reaching home. But I'm never throwing a baseball again. Like, I have one good throw left in me. I swear I have one good throw.
For all you MLB teams listening, bottom of the ninth, you need one good throw in the outfield, we got you.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of which, I don't want to get to this yet. I think, are we done with Fried or no?
Yeah, I'm good with Fried. I mean, look, it's a great signing for the Yankees. But, again, there's concern here. And I'm not wishing injury on anybody. I'll never do that. I know some Yankees fans that, you know, in the Dodgers game was close to having injury and they were wishing that Freddie wouldn't play, or, you know, scrolling on Twitter, oh, there's no way he's healthy. Well, we need to I hope he fucking breaks his ankle. I hope this, hope that. Man, stop, bro. Why are you wishing injury?
No,
just because it's against your team. I don't care if it's the Sox versus Yankees in the AL Championship Series. I want Garrett Cole versus Rafi Devers. You know why? Because
Rafi's going to take him 480.
I want Garrett Cole versus Connor Wong. I want fucking Max Fried versus Ceddanne Rafael. You know why? Because if we are to win, I don't want to listen to that fan say, "You only won because we didn't have our best."
Yeah.
No, I want your best.
Hated that. Yeah, we didn't have so and so on the mound.
Yeah, I want your best.
Fuck you.
Yeah. Give me your best. That's all I care about. Like, I don't want you to have any excuses. If my team wins, I don't want my team to have any excuse, or loses. I don't want my team to have any excuses. Like, I want the best because I'm a baseball just connoisseur. I love this game up and down, every single level. Like, I love the game and I want the best out there because guess what the best product on the field does for the game? Grows it.
Correct.
If I got Judge, Soto, Ohtani, Betts, Rafi, the list goes on and on, Trout, the list goes on. If I got all these guys out, the viewership is going down. And guess what that means for the game? The game is losing its viewers. It's losing the pay that's deserved to these guys.
Turning into the NBA.
It's turning into a sport that is going to dissolve in the next 15, 20 years. I don't want that. I want the best out there at all times. And I get it. Injury is a part of it. But I'm not about to sit here and watch a game just because it's my team playing. I'm not about to sit here and say, oh, I wish so-and-so would blow out his elbow. Oh, I wish so-and-so would take a fastball to the shin.
No, you know why?
I'm not doing that, man.
You know why, though, we think like that is because we're fans of baseball.
Exactly.
And we're not fans of just, like, we are fans of the Red Sox. Like, we're diehards, Red Sox. Like, that's our team. We got a Red Sox flag right behind me. Like, that's our team. But also, like, we love to see a great game.
Yep.
And if Garrett Cole blows his elbow out in the first, and somehow, some way, Nate ends up back on the Red Sox, like, and he's pitching for the Red Sox, and he's just dominating the Yankees, and Garrett Cole's just not on the mound when he's supposed to be, like, I'm playing on the phone.
You're more uninterested than interested.
You know, I'm not interested, right?
Yep.
So it's not a good thing. Injuries suck. Like,
injuries suck in all sports.
But they happen.
Yep.
They happen. This year they happen more than, ever, pretty much. I still hadn't got that stat. If this is the most arm injuries we've ever had, It was a lot. It was a shit ton.
Yeah, we had a lot.
But
let me ask you one question about this Max Fried thing. So we know the Red Sox were in. We know Toronto, San Fran, some other teams were in. What if I were to tell you that the second most aggressive team going after Max Fried, according to Bob Nightingale, MLB Insider, was Athletics?
It wouldn't surprise me.
It wouldn't because
they signed Severino for the largest contract. Apparently, they're about to extend Rooker.
Well, okay, so what a lot of people got to realize, and I didn't know this until today, actually. I was listening to MLB Network Radio on Sirius XM on the way home. They call them the ABC now, Athletics Baseball Club. All right?
ABC.
Because you're not Oakland and you're not Sacramento.
The Paris Baseball League used to be called. Yeah. It was ABC
or ABL.
No, it was ABC.
But that's what some people are calling them, the Athletics Baseball Club.
I had a back hat, the Velcro, because it makes that's the sound it makes whenever you. I had that hat and it said ABC in like lowercase cursive letters. Like it wasn't. Yeah, it was fucking stupid. But made All-Star team.
So because of their payroll and because of the non-fans that they have, they're a revenue-sharing baseball team. In order to be a revenue-sharing baseball team, you have to be around $100 million in your payroll. The Athletics, after signing Luis Severino, are still roughly $40 million away from that $100 million. So when I seen this originally, I was like, wait, hold on. The A's are a major player for Max Fried? But then I heard that, and I'm like, okay, 20, what did you say that equaled out to? 27 million? 27 and a half?
27 and a quarter.
27 and a quarter? I'm like, okay, now you're only 12 and a half away. Or 12.75 away. There's
Yeah, 27 and a quarter. But, so, look, we're talking about the Yankees, right? So let's talk about their rivals, Red Sox. And this is the only trade I really want to talk about is because it's huge. Okay?
It is massive.
It is massive. And we heard earlier this year, before the deadline, that Garrett Crochet might be on the block, right? And we were like, okay, they're trading for him. Like, somebody's going to trade for him. That's fine. And I think Boston was even in those talks.
Yes, they were. Yep.
And all of a sudden, they were like, hey, he's not on the block anymore. Well, now all of a sudden, he became on the block again when they had the lowest in MLB history, lowest win total in MLB history for the season.
Worst record in MLB history.
Record ever, right?
Yeah.
But real quick, what's his first name?
Garrett
Jimenez.
Oh, Andres
Jimenez gets traded from Cleveland to Toronto for Spencer Horwitz, who gets traded from Toronto to Cleveland and then gets traded from Cleveland to Pittsburgh for what's his first name?
Luis Ortiz.
Pitcher. Who is a dog. Okay, Luis Ortiz has been overlooked because they do have the Hundo boys in Paul Skeens and Jared Jones, and then Mitch Keller. He's the 4, and he is a 1. He is disgusting. He is a great, great pitcher. This is a great trade for Pittsburgh, or a great trade for Cleveland.
I thought this was very fair all the way around. I did. I thought this was a very fair trade all the way around.
I don't know too much to speak on it. You know
because Cleveland got Horwitz back, and then they traded Horwitz for Ortiz, but also got 2 more pitchers in the deal from Pittsburgh.
Minor leaguers?
Yeah.
Okay. And Pittsburgh does have a decent minor league system, right?
Yeah, they got a really good minor league system. I think it was number 13 and number 15 pitching.
Okay, so top half.
Yeah.
Top half.
And Toronto gets Jimenez, who's a multi-time Gold Glove. I think 3 straight Gold Gloves. He's going to fit right into the second base. And guess who's a free agent after this year? Bo Bichette. So guess what he can do? He can slide from second to short if you need him to, if you don't want to spend the money on somebody else. And chances are you're going to trade Bichette probably at the deadline because you don't have any plans on re-signing him at the current moment.
Depending on how he does.
Yeah, but they don't have any plans on re-signing him currently. So I'm saying at the deadline you're more likely to than not.
If I'm Bichette, for money purposes, I'm tanking first half.
And then having a monster second half.
Yeah. I'm hitting 200 my first half and then hitting 500 my second half.
But, I mean, I thought this was a very fair trade all the way around. Now, what does Cleveland do to replace a 3-time Gold Glover when they relied on defense more than probably any team in the league?
I don't know.
Oh, man, that's tough.
Very tough.
Oh.
It's very tough. Jimenez played, what, second?
Second for him, yeah.
Ooh, Hassan Kim? Gleyber?
Yeah, but we know Cleveland don't like to spend money, man. They don't. I would love to see Gleyber there. I think Gleyber would be.
Who do they have farm system wise? I didn't want to spend too much time on this, but fuck it.
Well, no, let me just pull up their 49 real quick.
Farm system wise, who do they have at second? Don't they have a middle infielder that's pretty fucking good?
Let's see depth chart real quick. I don't really know, but they got Daniel Schneemann. He's pretty good.
Yeah. I'll take that.
And then you got Brian Rocchio at short. So I forgot about Schneemann. I forgot that he was there.
Okay, I'm cool with that. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, he had a decent year. I mean, he didn't get a ton of time up in the bigs. It was his first taste. He only played in 73 games. He had 218, but I think he's going to be pretty damn good. I do. I think he'll be pretty good. So, yeah, he'll get his first real taste this year. You also got David Fry that can play third. We know Jose can move around a good bit. How much do you want to move him around? I'm not sure about that. Rocchio takes up shortstop. So, I think you got options here. Especially if David Fry can come back healthy, you got some options to fill out that infield. But, dude, getting Luis Ortiz, holy fuck.
It's a good move.
To go with Bybee and Gavin Williams, and you re-sign Shane Bieber, he'll be back later in the year. You got Ben Lively still there to be your starter. Oh, man, that's going to be a really good pickup.
It's going to be tough. They're going to win the division. I mean, it's
a really good pickup.
Who's going to compete with them?
Yeah.
It's one of those questions.
Detroit.
Well,
all right, let's go to the next guy real quick.
And Kansas City. Kansas City's in there, too.
Yeah.
All right, so next trade real quick. Old Jake Cheeseburger. Big boy signed.
I love this trade.
Absolutely. Big boy left Miami, got traded for a bunch of prospects, is from what I can assume.
Yeah, a couple prospects. But what's scary for Texas is,
he got traded to Texas.
Yeah, what's scary for Texas is you already signed Higashioka. We've talked about this. You got Jonah Heim and Higashioka now. That's 2 catcher ones.
Right.
Okay? You got Jung coming back from surgery, who's going to be your starting third baseman. Seager and Simeon at second and short. Nathaniel Lowe at first base. You still got Josh Smith, but your outfield is set already. You got Carter, Wyatt, and Adolis. So, Josh Smith, slides right into
and you also
the
have
DH.
Leody Taveras still.
Yeah, you got him too.
Wings.
Does this mean? I mean, for me, this tells me Nathaniel Lowe is on trade block. Gotta be. Because Jake Berger comes in, he plays first base for you, hit 29 homers last year, hit 250. Like, this dude is a monster at the plate.
I don't know if you remember, but his name is Nathaniel, not Nate, because his mom came out and said they did something about, they were talking about Nate Lowe, and his mom came out and said his name is Nathaniel. All
right, well, yeah, Jake Berger goes to the Rangers. All right, let's get to
All right, so Garrett Crochet. So now, off the top of your head, Red Sox pitching staff. Crochet won.
Mm-hmm.
He replaces Sale. Right?
Okay.
I understand Sale left
Before, yeah.
right before.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but he is now your new one.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
And then you got who?
Tanner Houck, Brian Bayo.
Okay.
Lucas Giolito is going to come back at some point and Cutter Crawford.
All right. So those
Gotta get another guy.
Those are your 1 through 5.
Got to get another guy.
Got another guy. And you told me earlier this week there's a guy out there that won a Mexican League, basically their Cy Young, won a Mexican League World Series with them, had a 1.5 ERA. He only had one team score over 4 runs or over 2 runs on him. Fuck.
And who is that you're talking about?
That'd be Mr. T. Rever B. Hour.
Like the text I sent you? His name starts with a T, rhymes with Rever.
Yeah.
His last name starts with a B and rhymes with Hour.
Yeah. He's Trevor Bauer. I wish somebody would fucking sign him this offseason. It'd make me so happy. Dude deserves it. He deserves everything.
Fact.
Man, he's still throwing 98. Like, he's 30-something. He's a couple years behind Garrett Cole,
Yep.
I believe, right?
Yep. So let me ask you something. Assuming he wasn't blackballed from MLB, that's what it seems like right now.
Which I don't think he is. Well,
that's what it seems like. The
MLB has not came out and said that he is blackballed.
Well, they're never going to.
Right.
But nobody's signing him or even showing interest, and they should. This is a guy that's Cy Young winner.
Yeah.
Okay, so assuming he's not blackballed, all right, we know the hate that he's got for the Yankees and Garrett Cole, all right. We also know the hate that Breggy has for the Yankees with everything that happened.
Yes.
If they were both, which they are, unrestricted free agents right now, but again, take all the shit with Trevor Bauer out of question. Which one, if any, or both, would sign with the Yankees first? Because the Yankees' interest in Bregman is very high.
It'd be Bregman. Trevor Bauer has came out and already said last season that he would sign for league minimum.
Yep.
Except for the Yankees. And it's not because of the Yankees. That's not the issue. It's Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole's the issue.
Fact.
And he's told stories, or other people have told stories about his workout routine.
Yeah.
How, like, he doesn't follow the teams. He's never lifted a weight. You believe that?
Yeah, he does his own thing, for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
He's never lifted a weight in his entire life. All right, so now you get to, like, okay, so he's not going to follow your workout routine. He's going to have his own, which most players do. Most MLB players do. But the fact he's never lifted a weight, throwing 98, like, you got to go sign this guy.
Yeah.
Somebody has to. I don't give a fuck if the Chicago White Sox do. I don't care. Somebody has to fucking sign this guy, and it has to be this season.
Yeah. Well, hey, we'll see what happens. But
and I'm hoping it's the Red Sox.
Well, look, let's all right. So let's talk about Crochet. So Boston gave up a haul here, but this is a guy with 2 years of control. He's making $2.9 million this year. Probably gonna make somewhere around $5 million next year before he becomes a free agent. This is a bona fide ace. Lefty with 101 in his back pocket. Wipeout stuff. He pitched a complete game, or maybe not a complete game, but he threw 90 some odd pitches last year and only threw a fastball and cutter. And I think did throw a complete game, actually. And only threw a fastball, cutter. He threw one slider in the game. Like, this dude has the stuff. He is nasty. Garrett Crochet. Now, you give up Kyle Till, who, depending on what ranking you look at, was your number 4 of the big 4 prospects. And you give up Braden Montgomery, who was your first overall pick this year, number 12 pick.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
And you give up Chase Meredith and Joaquin Gonzalez. So the White Sox got a haul, but this is what it takes if you're not going to throw $250 million at Corbin Burns, and you're going to throw money at somebody, or if you're not going to throw money at somebody, then you got to throw prospects at somebody. I'm okay with this because Braden Montgomery's coming off of a broken ankle. You never know how that turns out in the long run, okay? Kyle Teal, great catching prospect. One of the top 2 catching prospects in the league. In fact, he goes join the top catching prospect in baseball in Chicago. Can't think of that guy's name. But he hit 288. I think it was 13 homers last year, Kyle Teal, in AA and AAA. Has a bright future. But again,
top catching prospect in Chicago.
Yeah, I know Ethan Salas is there, but
Ethan Salas is in San Diego.
I know. I'm talking about of the catching prospects. The White Sox already had.
So they have a shortstop. Colson Montgomery, I believe is his name. And he's a dog, but
they're catching. They got depth in the catching prospect rankings.
Let me find it.
But this is a trade that you feel like the Red Sox had to make. You miss out on Snell. You miss out on Fried. And you said from the beginning of the offseason you needed a lefty. You were in on all of them. Not only that, you also got Aroldis Chapman. Garrett Crochet. Among starting pitchers to throw 100 innings, he led in strikeouts per 9 at 12.88 this past year. Aroldis Chapman, the third highest among relief pitchers last year at 14.3. You just added a ton of strikeouts to this team. In my opinion, because we don't know what prospects actually do at the major league level, this is a great trade. You got to keep Willie Abreu, who's a Gold Glover, his rookie year.
Edgar Cuero.
That's
their number 6 prospect, and he's a catcher.
Who's that number 2 prospect?
Kyle Teal.
Yeah. So you add right into it.
Yeah.
So you went out and you got an ace for 2 years at a minimal price. And all you did was get rid of your top catching prospect, which Connor Wong has 5 more years of control. He hit 280 with 13 homers this past year. Connor Wong is no slouch. So, my opinion, I think this is a great trade. Boston had to do it because you had to upgrade the starting rotation. What's your thoughts? I know you don't like because of Braden Montgomery, but
well, no, I don't like losing Braden Montgomery. Like, he was the best thing to come out of Texas A&M this past year, except for Lavallette's coming out this next year because apparently Nationals are going after him, and then with him and him and Cruz in the outfield are going to be fucking phenomenal because Washington's going to pick him.
Yep.
But
the Nats got the first pick. They're probably going to take Ethan Holiday, but overall, how do you feel about this trade? Like, you think it's a win, loss? You think it's pretty even? What do you think?
I think it's a win. I don't like what we got rid of, but also like we got what we needed.
Yeah, you got a lefty ace.
Yes, you got an absolute number 1 on any team, probably besides the Dodgers.
Yep.
You got a 1 anywhere he goes. So I'm a huge fan. I like it.
Just real quick update from John Heyman. Nathan Eovaldi's deal is finalized. 3 years, $75 million, signing bonus of $12 million, 6 between. He gets $6 million. So, all right, this is kind of funky here. His signing bonus is $12 million, but 6 of it is in 26. November 15th of 2026 is when he gets that $6 million, and then January 15th of 2028 is when he gets the other $6 million. 2025, this upcoming year, I'm like $18 million. 2026, he'll make 25. 2027, he'll make 20. He gets $250,000 bonus for a Cy Young, $200,000 for second, $150,000 for third, $100,000 for fourth, $50,000 for fifth. if he's an All-Star, Gold Glover, LCS MVP, he gets a $100,000 bonus. If he's a World Series MVP, $150,000 bonus.
That's very cheap.
Full no trade clause. Great deal. Great language here in this contract. I love it. Coach, why don't you go ahead and close us out with that news?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and close this out. All right. Thank y'all for watching the CMAs. Like I said, Lee Bryce, shout out to you for making that song, because there's a bunch of rumors going around, and I wish it was me and you, but it's not, buddy. MLB trade rumors, shout out. They're amazing. This has been Diamond Deck Discussions Unfiltered.
You forgot to grab your mouse and hit pause.